Alright, so there's a few people who just wanted me to sort of document the making of this suit that I'm doing. I'm already a little far for like a full documentation or how-to video type of thing, so I'll just make a few. Go away for a sec, bud. Update videos. So this is part of the glove, the handpiece. It's made entirely out of, I think it's called Eva foam, which is like a cushion to stand on. And the wrist piece here. So, I'll just go over the tools that I use. Alright, this is the foam squares. It's got a texture on one side and it's smooth on the other. And all the pieces interlock, so if you need something that's a little longer than the 2.5 by 2.5 that it is, then you can get something else. And to cut it all, I use a soldering iron with a knife tip. It makes things so much easier than an X-Acto knife, but I guess you can use an X-Acto knife. And if you use an X-Acto knife, you're going to need, for sure, a Dremel. And my Dremel was about $30. And I got a kit of bits, 300 pieces for $10 with it. It helps a lot for carving, sanding, anything else you could think of. Everything's held together majorly by hot glue, which is $1 you can get anywhere. You guys know how to get hot glue. And last is a heat gun. This is $20, and it has really helped with shaping the foam. Once it's heated up and held in the shape you need until it cools, it stays like that and doesn't change at all. So the best progress thing I can give you is the boot I'm working on right now. That would be there. And as you can see, it's just basically properly layering and gluing the foam and carving it away eventually, and then you get something that turns into that. For this, I'm having trouble with the glue sticking since it is rubber, so I have to upgrade to a more heavy-duty contact cement before it'll stick. This stuff just pulls off, but the other side I've got glued down. It just takes 24 hours to dry, so it's a little bit of a hassle. So this is definitely going to go slower than the gloves. Other than that, I can give a short demonstration on the cutting and the process to go through to make the pieces, which is semi-interesting but not really at all. Yeah. Alright, so here we got our template, which I just whipped up in a couple of seconds. You just draw it on so it fits perfectly onto this side of the boot, and we'll have to do another one for the other side since the coves are a little different, but you should be able to use both templates on the other shoe respectively, assuming you've made templates for all of your pieces that go on the boot and glued them in the exact same spot. Alright, now that we have both pieces, we're gonna just trace this. Alright, so there's the first piece, and for the second one, you just gotta flip it over, because boots are opposite each other, so if we don't flip it over, then we'll have a texture on the outside that we don't want. And while I'm not saying you don't, I'm just saying that I don't in particular for this design. Alright, so that is done. And after your designs are done, cut it out. Alright, so here we are with the sharp knife, or soldering knife, sorry. And as you can see, this cuts very easily. It's very easy to make a mistake. Okay, here's the first piece, and it just pops right out of there. If you do a good job cutting, which I totally didn't. There. And that'll bend just right around the boot. Okay, so once you're done cutting out both of these, you're just going to set the one aside for later, because you won't need it. That is, unless you're doing both boots at the same time, which I don't recommend you do. Just focus on one until all the pieces are glued on. So after that is complete, you just want to get out your glue. In this case, I'm not going to. I'm going to make sure my other sides are secure, but what you would do is just fasten it right on there, like that.